Yeah, my people. What up, though? We back with another episode of All Black Men Need Therapy. My name is Chief.
And I'm Bell.
My name is Prentice.
Hey, fellas, what's happening? Yo, I think we need some new music. Is it time to upgrade our music track now, too?
No, but if we're gonna be making adjustments, let's get that countdown gone. I hate that shit.
So I tried to only leave it so it's only like 10 seconds rather than the whole 30.
How about
You know
no seconds?
Nah, because then it starts off crazy. Like you'll see us, then just let it rock, bro. We'll be all right. It's 10 seconds, man.
It's
That shit
29.
said 29. That was
Yeah.
like 30 seconds.
No, it started, but I didn't hit record until it hit like 10 on the thing.
But I have to watch it. Like that's my problem.
So that 30 seconds is too much for you.
Yeah, it's putting the strain on a friendship. I'm not gonna hold you. I hate that shit.
I think we got to find an alternative. Then maybe we can get somebody to get a nice little mix, a pre. You know what? We'll have Ryan put together like a pre-show mix with some quotes, some funnies. You know what I'm saying? Like a good 30 seconds of like some past stuff, and we'll play that before we play the intro.
We can talk offline. I don't know why. Why can't we just go into the show? Like I'm confused.
Because when we're doing it on this platform, we need that time to get the recording set and to press the button. So unless we're all off screen, so you got it. I need at least 10 seconds, bro.
Right.
You know, niggas is gonna hear what we're talking about right now.
I mean,
well, we already started the show.
We in it now, so they get to see our dilemma. Anybody got some advice? Holla at us. Anywho, about the song though, y'all think we should keep the song? Should we upgrade the track too now?
Nah, keep that.
Nah,
shit.
you remember what happened when Fifth tried to do that on Power?
Oh yeah,
Niggas went crazy.
they went crazy.
Hey,
Yeah, I do remember that.
Songs was even like change that shit back.
Yo, that was wild. I was one of the ones who like this don't even fit. Put it back. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we keeping it. Then never mind. My people, I apologize. We keeping it. Bob to it. Oh my. Anywho, B, what's happening? Check in, B.
Oh shit, man. We in motion, man. I think that's the word for me right now.
Yeah.
We in full motion with the podcast at home.
It might not be a bad tea, yo.
You said what?
Might not be a bad tea.
Relax.
That's in motion, man. But yeah, I think that's the best way to describe it.
Yo, what's this cat's beef with our teas, yo? Why whenever me and P, he be like, nah. He be shooting out that P. Listen, let's go get a bunch of one-of-ones and just wear them every time we show him. Like, see, this is what I'm talking about.
You're gonna be hot.
I always trying to break rank. Like let's just keep the main thing the main thing. That's it.
Yeah,
the main thing is branding. That's it.
Right. So let's be a unified brand.
Yo, he getting so tight. Anyways, P, continue to check in, B.
That's about it, bro. Like, you know, I'm getting into some different stuff personally. Like I've been seeing clips on like numerology and mathematics, and that's really piquing my interest, man, and just how numbers connect and everything.
About to be a 5%er?
Nah, not yet. At least, you know what I'm saying. Like, I don't know.
No knock. I'm just asking.
Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna go there, but nah, just you know, just getting deeper. I think into the whole spirituality of life and
peace, God.
Yeah, all that shit, man. Like for real. So
P gonna be saging the stage before we get on it and we perform now.
I just saged the whole crib like an hour ago. I had everybody choking and coughing and shit here. But no, I'm good, man. We in motion, man. So it feels good to just be active right now. You know what I mean? Like
that.
Things feel busy and they feel like, you know, positive direction. So I'm just running with that and just, you know, grinding, man. It's always easier to hustle when things feel like they're going good. You know what I'm saying? Like rather than hustling out of necessity. You know what I mean? Like damn. Things are in motion, so I just want to kind of keep that momentum, man. So that's where I'm at, but I'm getting to it.
Bellhead, check in, B. What's good?
I'm waiting on the sneeze. Hold on.
This in motion.
Yeah, I think I stopped the motion. Everything is good, man. I finally slowed down from traveling. Had a lot of traveling going on. We're gonna be traveling next week, which we'll talk about. But I've been grounded for like the last 2 weeks, which was good. Like just not Not even 2 weeks. I got back from Florida on the 5th. So what's that? 7 days? No, 6 days. So I've been grounded for 6 days so far.
Yeah. You know what I heard in my head, Bell? Sit your ass down. Sit your ass down.
But yeah, we found out on Wednesday. But I'm good, man. I'm work. I'm finally starting to get my bearings, you know, and no longer in like I shouldn't say no longer, but in addition to like learning mode, I'm also applying some of the things I've learned in the trainings and everything like that. Starting to work with clients, starting to work with some of the sales teams, and just trying to finding my operating rhythm, which is good because you know I was with my company almost 14 years. Again, same parent company, but switching over to a completely new role is like I'm like a fish out of water. But it's cool. It's cool. I challenged myself with challenge myself to run 30 miles this month. I am I'm on 9.1. The goal is to run 4 to 5 days a week and take the weekends off. 1.5 to 1.8 miles, and I'll be at 30 by the end of the month. It's crazy too because I wasn't going to run today, but Ray had hit me up the other day and was like, "Bal, I need to get in shape, so I need an accountability partner, basically." And so I started texting him when I ran. So I ran yesterday, and he's like, "Damn, I wasn't going to run, but now that you sent it, I got to run." I had zero intention to run today. Zero. He texted me, he ran 1.4. So I pulled up to Chase's daycare and just ran in the parking lot just to get it in. I was on the phone with Prentice. I had called Prentice to follow up on something. And I'm like, yeah, man, I gotta go. I gotta get this in. He ran 1.42. I ran 1.5. I just had to get it done.
Yeah.
But
sure.
But yeah, that's it, man. Everything is good. We got a lot of good stuff going on, which we'll talk about. But I'm good.
Word on my end, man. Again, you know, my starter kids are happy and healthy. We went out and had some dinner today. Since I'll be going for a while to the sushi spot. My kids bougie as hell.
Hibachi or sushi?
This is sushi, not the sushi spot. They like the rolls or whatever. Bubba.
When was the first time you had sushi in your life?
I was at least 28.
Uncultured ass nigga.
What about you, P?
I don't like seafood.
I was probably 26, something like that. 25, 26.
So this nigga ain't uncultured though, but I am because I ain't.
Yeah, I couldn't give it off twice. I thought about it after I said it. It's not
Meanwhile, we uncultured, but he just refused to eat it. Like
right.
Yeah,
ain't got no known allergies or nothing. Just don't want to eat it. Get out of here.
Like don't
Anywho, no, we good. My shorty's finished third in the state in track and field.
Oh, it's over already?
Yeah, it's over. First time ever doing it. I'm like, that's dope. You know what I'm saying? Like P, I got like literally in the state, the meet before the state championship, one of her teammates got sick or whatever, so she replaced her in the long jump. I got video of her like practicing the long jump for the first time at the meet, and then she wins that meet and gets invited to the states and finishes third in the state.
That's hard.
Yeah, shorty jumped 2 feet. Shorty jumped 2 feet further than the boys.
Did she for real? I seen
finished third at that.
Clip. I don't know if that was her practice or her actual, but I seen her jump and I was like, damn, she out there getting to it.
Yeah. So it's kind of cool to watch because it was her first time ever running track. So that was cool.
How does that? I wonder how that feels. But the reason why I'm asking that because none of my kids are going anywhere with sports. Like it is what it is, man. Like it is what it is.
They
like,
just
I'm a realistic parent. Like they're decent, but I'm not expecting no scholarships off of it. So how does it feel being like an athlete and then seeing one of your children kind of excel naturally in that shit? You know what I mean?
You know what? It's different because as a dad, you the first thing you envision is your son being the one. You know what I'm saying? And I never really pictured my daughter being the one. My son started snowboarding, so that's kind of cool. But sports wise, they don't. My oldest ain't really into it. My youngest wants to get to it, so we're gonna start getting him started soon. But seeing my daughter do it is kind of dope, yo. Because again, but the only thing is, I don't really know much about softball, and that's like softball's her thing. Like track is just, she just kind of getting where she fit in, but softball, she's out here kicking on the ass. So that's kind of cool to see, man. Like, because there's that's as much as a team sport, there's a lot of things she does as an individual that just make you super proud of her. So you know what I'm saying, it's super dope to see. Like she's pitching, and when she strike these girls out, like I'd be going off. Like it'd be cool, man.
Got to.
Yeah, it'd be real cool.
Prentice, we're gonna have to work with you, bro. How you just count your kids out? Like, how old is Tip?
Okay, nah, what I mean by
10?
that, it's not counting out. Like Tahir had a championship game for basketball, his 7th grade team, and they lost, so they came in second for the year, which is dope. But what I mean is, Anaya, I'm not sure yet. Anaya, I think, has the most potential. But what I'm saying is, from what I've seen with Justice, what I've seen with Tahir, and Anaya hasn't got a full shot yet. They're good, they're athletic, but I'm saying they're not killing shit. You know what I mean? And I'm hyping them, of course. They're just not. I don't expect any scholarship offers. That's all I mean.
I mean, what's the percentage, Bell? What's the percentage, Bell? 7% of high school athletes get scholarships. Something crazy like that. Like, it's a very low number.
It's low. I don't know. That sounds right. I don't know what it is exactly.
I want to say 7% of high school athletes get scholarships to college.
Yeah, and so the statistics aren't on your side naturally, but it's like, can I get like a little bit of optimism, bro? Like,
or say, they nice and other shit, bro. The mixer that Chiefs gave me, but ever since I came home and plugged it up like 3 days ago, Anaya's been on that for hours.
No,
I saw the kids, Shy too, and Tahir. So they're all three of them are really musically inclined, and I've noticed that. But I know for Anaya, she's gonna hit up DJing. I can already tell you right now. Like, I can already tell you right now, within the last 3 days, it's been up in the house. So, they got skill sets in the other areas. That's why I'm not, like, tripping off.
Yeah. I mean, listen, if Chase never picks up a ball in any capacity, I'm great with it. Like, right. I am great with it. Like, if he's artistic, awesome, right? If he wants to be a coder, awesome. Like, if he never picks up a ball, I'm cool. However, when he picks up the ball, I'm going to be helping him be all he can be. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. I do the same. I just, I don't expect no scholarships.
Hey, you know what you could do for Tip though, B?
Teach your man how to squabble.
Get him in the ring, buddy.
Yo, why you bullshitting? Like, I'm gonna sign Chase up for boxing as soon as he turned 4. Like,
are you?
That's
listen.
Like, all that motherfucker want to do is fight, man. Like,
put him in there.
He's like, he'd be like, Dad, after I drink this, I'm gonna punch you in your stomach. Like, and I know he'd get it from me, but like, he be on that type of time, man. Like, he'd be ready. So boxing and wrestling, I want him to do. But I was a late
for it.
Yeah, I do, man. Yeah.
I think this is dope though too, fellas. Like, we just get to, like, this is our platform. We can really do what the fuck we want to do. Like, we've been on here 13 minutes and then get on to nothing. We talking about life. But for those of you who support us, man, we invite y'all into our world. So thank you. Yeah, like, share, and subscribe. Yes. Thank you for your support. We appreciate y'all. Go subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit our website up, abmnt.com. Go buy some merch. Support the cause. But fellas, P, you mentioned it to start, man. We in motion, man. We doing some things. We moving and grooving. So we had, the last month has been, interesting. We went to the Grammys. We broke that episode down. That was our last episode. If y'all tapped in with that. Then we were invited to San Diego to participate in the Aspen Challenge. When do you care to take over and describe what the Aspen Challenge is all about?
The Aspen Challenge is ultimately sponsored by the Aspen Institute, and it's a opportunity for kids from underserved communities to come together and voice their, I guess, 4 to 5 topics that are hot buttons for them that they want to see addressed or want to see fixed in some capacity. And the Aspen Challenge then reaches out to people in those respective fields. So we got selected to speak on mental health and wellness, and there were environmental folks, there were housing folks, there was educators, and I'm missing one more.
Homelessness.
Was it homelessness? No, that was the housing. There was like
absenteeism.
Nope. The like becoming like the citizenship piece. I forgot what her title was, but she was talking about being a natural citizen and things like that. But anyway, we went to San Diego and we did our thing. We spoke on the topic that we're familiar with, which is mental health and wellness, and we spoke about our challenges and how if we had a roadmap coming up, it could have potentially alleviated some of our pain, struggle, stress. So we then challenged the kids to create a intersection for youth in mental health to come together and find a roadmap. So it was an awesome experience. I was a little nervous going in because we obviously prepared and watched previous presenters, and I just knew ours was going to be so much different, and not better or worse, just different. So I was a little nervous going into it, just with the way we plan to connect, and it was going to be like something they had never done before, at least nothing that I've seen that they've done. So I wasn't sure how it was going to be received, but it was received very well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, it was. You say something, Chief?
You muted, bro.
No. I agree. Like it was very well received. I didn't have those same nerves, but I definitely was prepared to kind of like shock the room almost. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I always find it interesting. I thought one of the coolest things about the Aspen Challenge for me was the demographic. You know what I mean? We're there as all Black men need therapy, and there were very few Black folks there. You know what I mean? So it was cool for me because I feel like those students in San Diego, shout out to all of them, by the way. They were some really, really, really impressive kids. The way they were able to the take in the challenges that were presented to them and articulate their thoughts and feelings. It was really impressive. But for me to be there on behalf of the podcast, one, but to really represent Black men, you know what I mean, while we're on stage and what they saw, I always find it different. I've talked to Chief about this before. There's a difference between doing these poems in front of like a white audience and a Black audience. You know what I mean? There's a certain level of comfort that comes with our people. You know what I'm saying? Like where you maneuver a little bit more freely because the energy is just so familiar. And so while we're on that stage, it wasn't any different rocking, but it was an eye-opener for me having the conversations after we got off stage with these non-Black youth, you know what I mean? Because it really doubled down and reminded me how similar all of us are with our challenges, you know what I mean? And here we are as grown adults talking to teenagers who are experiencing some of the same feelings that we've had over the past year, you know what I mean? So it was a really good reminder and an opportunity for us to tap in with a different demographic, not only, you know, ethnically, but age-wise as well, man. It was really cool to see how much they poured into those kids and how much the kids were a priority at that event. I thought that was dope. That was really, really dope. I think all of them felt seen and they went out of their way to feel seen. And on top of the fact that, you know, they took great care of us the whole time we were there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was a class act all the way through, man. It was really
shout
dope.
out to the Aspen Challenge.
Yeah.
Word. Big shout. Yo, I do think I felt like, I mean, I just felt like we came from a different space. Like, remember how like one time we went to the prison, they were like, yo, I feel like you guys see us. Like you treat us like we're human and not just like, I feel like we were able to just encapsulate the essence of like humanity, if you will. You know what I'm saying? Like we're treated them like people. Like we weren't Marcus, shout out to Marcus, who was there, Marcus Struthers. He talked about connection over content. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I think when you go in there aiming to make a connection, the impact you have can be so great. You know what I'm saying? And I think we were able to connect immediately. And with that, the rest became, it became easy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And shout out.
Sorry.
No, I'm saying shout out to us, man. I really feel like, because again, we kind of rehearsed and worked ourselves up to the point where we wanted to get it right. And then we get there and it's like, I feel like it just went seamless and everything was cool. Like we piggyback, we already have good chemistry, but in that kind of setting, we still were able to play off of that and use that. And it worked really well in our favor, man. So proud of you boys if that means anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course it means something. Thank you. Proud of you too. And but I think I think the one piece that we haven't verbally said yet, which I believe is why we were able to draw that connectivity, and you guys can tell me if you feel different, but it's based on the premise of why we started the show, right? Which is vulnerability. I think, like, I know our level of vulnerability during our presentations, all that did was create community, right? Because there was one point, and we'll release the footage at some point, guys, but there was one point where we were all choked up crying, right? Like at minimum tearing up, at minimum, right? While presenting. And I think, and I believe that is what set the stage for us to be allowed in, if you will, right? Because it's like they see us giving our whole self on the stage, and then they felt inclined to do the same, because there was a lot of raw emotion in there.
That just hit me just now, bro. And the thing is, we talked about it that day, but it literally just hit me. Like, P got choked up in the middle of his joint. You looked at Suge on the screen and got choked up.
It didn't sound as bad as it felt like when I watched it today. It didn't sound as bad on that recording as it felt for me
on stage.
Yeah.
No, but I definitely saw it and heard it. I mean, I know you well, so when I heard it, I'm like, oh, you know what I'm saying? And then P had the little pause bell. Was like, did he forget his poem or not? That wasn't it. That wasn't it.
Yeah, and it's cool how because that was new for us. You know what I mean? That was our first 100%. Time leaving the microphones in this space. We're used to doing this. We're not used to, having an audience and doing it on a platform where we are the feature for that period of time. You know what I mean? So I think the thing that excited me most is that, like, I think we just tapped into another way to build our skill set to be more effective than we already are. You know what I mean? And we need those audiences, and we need to see, where we need to work on certain things. And I think that was a hell of a start, man. Like, that was a hell of a start.
I agree. And I think the way it was designed in terms of sandwiching, like the poetry on the bookends and then Bell in the middle it was perfect, yo. And even like our transition from, how we started all, like, we laid it out pretty cool, man. And I was very pleased at that, like very, very pleased.
Yeah,
and then to see the video today.
Yeah, man. And also
everybody was really happy, man. That was dope.
Yeah, and I also think I don't want to call it a miss on our part, but just kind of like oversight. Like, I don't know, and you guys tell me what you think, but I don't personally believe that we cater to that audience. You know what I'm saying? Like, what we do, like, we don't cater to that audience. However, we saw the impact that it could have. Moreover, I had an epiphany. I'm like, holy shit. Like, if they can get this figured out, right? Like, figured out at this age, it will be exponentially better for our society, right? Like if we can instill this in the youth and these students who are, I made a comment to one of the organizers. I'm like, man, some of these kids can work for me right now. Like, they were that sharp. And these are, so you guys know, these are high school kids, mostly sophomores and juniors, if I'm not mistaken. There were some seniors in there. And for those of you, we didn't really talk about this, but there was over 200 kids there when we spoke from 20 different schools. And it was just a really cool experience. And like we've all said at some point during this recording, it's like, it's not like we forgot about that population, but again, our message is people that are going through it right now in adulthood. But it's like what that presentation forced us to do is dig back into our childhood, right? And think about and speak about the things that happen that didn't have to be as traumatic as they were if we had more resources or knowledge or understanding. So I think if we arm those kids with that, man, watch out. The future's bright.
For sure. So anybody out there working, in a high school setting or in an educational setting, and looking to, help better their kids and feel like we can help you out, holla at us. We'd be glad to negotiate.
abmnt.com.
So we do the Aspen challenge, and then we on the road traveling back and forth. And now we moving again next week, fellas.
Let's go.
Yes, sir.
We moving again next week. We kick off our tour, our HBCU tour, the very next week. P. Bell, elaborate.
Yeah, man. So on the 20th of March, we are going to be on the campus of Spelman College, I believe. We're attending a really dope event, campfire event with Paula Patton. Shout out to our man Jason Council for connecting us in the Gersh Agency as well.
Shout out to Jay Council and the Gersh Agency.
Yeah, man. For those who are not familiar, the Gersh Agency is the 4th largest talent agency in the world. So it's a
not
great
the city,
opportunity
for the world, Craig.
You said what?
So not the city, the world, Craig.
The world, Craig. So it's a good opportunity for us to establish some new partnerships, man, but to gain support. So we're going to be on that campus. And then the next day, I'm really juiced about that. The 20th, we got to join with Paula Patton. Then Chief and I are actually performing at a poetry show later on that evening. And then the next day, we have our live taping at Morehouse. And that one I'm really, really excited about. And then we'll also be at Clark Atlanta University that evening for a poetry slam open mic event that they're doing. So we have, some like I said, man, things feel like they're in motion, man. So
yeah,
we
man,
get to connect with our people on campus and different demographics
shout out
than we had a couple weeks ago.
Shout out to the AUC, man. And I'm excited. Believe it or not, I'm almost embarrassed to say this. This will only be, well, by the time it's all said and done, this will be there will be 4, but I've only been to one HBCU's campus ever, and that's Hampton.
That's where I went to school.
Yeah, I was at Hampton. Shit, depending on the year, I might have been down there while you was down there, P. But anyway, I've only been to Hampton, and fun fact, I don't know if I ever told you this, P, but Hampton offered me a football and basketball scholarship.
For real, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't go.
Story
for another day. But no, man, this is us going to Spelman Wednesday will be the second time I've ever been on an HBCU campus, and then obviously we're going to Morehouse and then Clark. So we're gonna hit them all, and I'm looking forward to it, man. It's a new platform, and just so if you guys don't follow us on social media, we'll be recording live at Morehouse. We'll be doing a live taping,
12 to 2 p.m.
12 to 2 p.m. exactly, for the young men on that campus, and just talking about being a black man and acknowledging and your mental health challenges, acknowledging that they exist, acknowledging that you may or may not be dealing with something, and just giving them a different perspective, man. Because I'm realizing now, man, we're like the elder statesmen. You know what I'm saying? You got to think about our audience. The median age in our audience is probably going to be 20. You know what I mean? 21 at the highest, but I'll say probably 20 and a half will be the median age. So, and I'm gonna talk about this on. Maybe we could actually make it an episode. I was gonna call it the Real OGs, but we'll catch up on that offline. But I'm excited, man. We do have a lot of stuff going on. I'm excited.
You know, I'm juiced about Morehouse, man. My biggest complaint a lot of times is doing all these shows all over the place with poetry, man. I always wish there were more black men in the audience than there are. There's typically really heavily female dominant for a lot of my shows. You know what I'm saying? A lot of women for my shows, which is great and wonderful, but I would love to connect more with us. You know what I'm saying? Especially with the shit that I go through, that I feel and that I talk about. So just us getting on a campus and knowing that it's going to be a bunch of brothers in there, you know what I mean? Like, regardless of the age, it feels like Thanksgiving for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get into a room where not only are they younger than us, so we can give them some game, but it supports me too, because I don't get that enough. I want to be in more rooms with black men. I don't care how old you are. I just want to be in them rooms more. So I'm really excited about that live taping, man, on the campus of Morehouse. I think it's going to be really dope.
Shout out to our guy Mookie. What is it, Chief? Mookie shoots _.
Mookie shoots
Mookie. Shot by Mookie, isn't it?
Shot by Mookie _
Shot by Mookie _ We bringing our guy down there to help with some of the production and everything like that. So we appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, man.
That's definitely gonna be dope. So what's next, fellas?
Well, how you feel about it, Chief? What are your thoughts about going out there?
I'm excited, bro. I'm super excited to just to be
shouty.
Yeah, just to be back around. Like y'all get to meet you get to meet my grandma P. We're gonna definitely stop by my grandma. We're gonna go by my grandma's house, we fighting. Go by my grandma's house. And you know what I'm saying?
We'll have to go Wednesday night.
We're gonna have to go Wednesday night then. You know what I'm saying? Go see Big Mama out there, got family out there, so that'll be super dope. But I'm excited, like you said. I think I empathize with that sentiment, like being around a young black man, bro. Like just being around the black man and being able to empower some people to have a slight change of mind makes all the difference for us. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, we ain't have that yet. We haven't.
No.
We just haven't. We had shout out to our people who came through for a live taping in Connecticut when we invited some folks out. But we have not had a room of black men while doing what we do for the podcast. We just haven't. It's going to be totally new ground for us, and I'm excited about how it's going to develop our effectiveness doing this. You know, I'm always trying to study and get better at this craft anyway. So I think it's going to provide an opportunity for the podcast and us individually, man, to really just experience something that we haven't. And I'm glad we're doing it together, you know?
Yeah, man, it's going to be perspective for everyone involved.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we're going to provide a different perspective for the men in that room, and they're going to provide a different perspective for us. Because to your point, P, there hasn't been a time where we've been in a room full of black men, you know, and like you said, a lot of times, like we get hit up all the time by women. You know what I'm saying? Like I want my husband to listen to y'all. I want my boyfriend to listen to y'all. You know, like we get hit up all the time, and a lot of times, the people who need to hear the message, you know, aren't available, right? But now, like they're gonna be there, and we gotta make sure we bring it like we always do. That's all.
Hey, and shout out to everyone who has reached out to us via the text line or email or hit the DMs or whatever. Like, it's kind of cool. Like when some of the people call up and one of us answer, and they're like completely shocked and think like they don't expect any of us to answer, and it's so dope, man. So if we're able to, you know, coach you through a quick moment or something like that, like again, we are not therapists. If we can lend a helping hand, we will do so, man. And it's really cool that some of you guys really take the initiative to kind of be like, you know what, F it, I'm gonna reach out and talk to these dudes, and it's just kind of like rewarding in a sense, you know what I mean? Like we're doing the work and it feels good. It's like the pat on the back on, you know what I'm saying, that kind of validates what we're doing when people really buying in and taking a moment to be like, yo, I'm struggling right now. I need some advice. Or I want to talk to another black man or something like that. Like, I think that's just so dope, yo.
Yeah,
so
dope.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say it's dope because some of them are actually pulling up to Atlanta. You know what I mean? A couple of brothers who have hit the hotline are actually pulling up to the live taping or pulling up to one of our poetry shows. You know what I mean? And to, like you were saying, to know that for me, this perspective is still the same and it's never going to change. Like this really helps me personally. Like talking to y'all does a lot for me. So it's a little selfish in my thought, but the idea that me doing something that's helping myself with my friends is inspiring somebody else to like trust us enough to call our number and just talk to us about their own problems. You know what I mean? Or what they're going through. I don't take that lightly, man. Like that's one of the biggest things you can do. We speak about vulnerability. It don't get more vulnerable than that. To reach out to some brothers you do not know and their shit has inspired you enough to tell them your shit. Like, I take that personal. You know what I mean? Like I want to help you because you want to be helped and you are coming to us for that. So we love y'all, man. Like for real. Thank y'all. Y'all keep hitting the hotline. We are going to respond. Somebody's going to reach out to you. If you can get to Atlanta during that time on the 20th or the 21st, definitely come through. But just keep hitting the hotline, man. Like we're here really to listen. And like Chief said, we're not therapists, but we done been through some shit. So we got some advice at minimum.
If nothing else, we are good listeners, right?
If
Like
nothing
else, we are good listeners.
I don't know why that line hit me. We are not therapists, but we done been through some shit like that.
Hey man, for
like a
real.
tagline for us, man. Word.
Yeah.
Nah, it's super dope. But I'm excited to keep this party going, man. I think some great things are down the road for us, fellas. We just got to stay consistent, keep leveling up, like we've been doing. For y'all who don't know, we got a lot of stuff brewing behind the scenes. That's kind of like really motivational for us, but also like kind of putting the pressure on us to stay locked in and do what we're supposed to do, because opportunities keep coming and we're doing some good things. So it's working out well, man.
For our supporters, I need a favor from y'all. So our brother Chief is not good at acknowledging anything he does in the poetry space, right? I'm
At
just
all.
put it out there. Like this brother is flying to Brazil tomorrow. I only found out because I got a pair of sunglasses he liked and he asked me to bring them. That's the only reason why I knew he was going to Brazil. So here's what I need from our supporters. I need y'all to just hit Chief up and be like, what you got going on? I haven't seen nothing. That's it. What you got going on? I haven't seen nothing. Like
you know what your problem is? You too humble, bud. Like you gotta get that humble shit. You gotta get over some of this humble shit, and you need to talk your shit more than you do, bud. Like and for y'all to know, I just found out when he pressed record on this shit. I just found out. So what? How long we been on this shit? 36 minutes and 55 seconds. I found out 37 minutes ago that this motherfucker is going to Brazil to do poems, which is crazy because I ain't done that shit.
It's kind of dope. I can't even
stop. No,
you went to Hawaii though. You did poems in Hawaii, and your daughter was there.
You're not talking about me.
Wait, Chief. Let's pause here for a second. I'm just curious. Why do you think that is?
Why what?
Why do you for lack of a better term, downplay like your accomplishments? Quite frankly.
Probably because I'm not where I want to be.
That's fair.
And I think we had conversations about it. Like it's a trauma response in a sense, kind of like not where you want to be. So we don't take time to celebrate those small wins in between.
And I think we also suffer from perspective. Here's what I mean by that. It's funny. The irony is you're not where you want to be, but tomorrow you'll be in Brazil, right? Like, which is just crazy, right? Like,
how does that work?
I'm not where I want to be, but I'll be in Brazil tomorrow, right? Like, yeah. So my point is, and I deal with this still. Like, I am still work in progress, but sometimes, and P, you may suffer from this too. I'm pretty sure you do. You may look at it like, yeah, I'm doing this, but I'm supposed to be here by now. You know what I'm saying? And then what that does is that instantly dismisses everything that you've done. You know what I'm saying? To get to here. Because here's the reality. You may not be where you want to be, but you're damn sure further than where you started. You know what I'm saying? And if that's not enough, there's people who can, one, learn from your journey, two, find inspiration in it. You know what I'm saying? Like I was with my cousin the other day, and his wife was like, I love her to death. She was like, damn. What she said? She said some shit like sit your ass down somewhere, basically, because all she sees is me flying. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been traveling so much for the first 3 months of the year. And I'm like, and my initial response was, it's not as much as you think. You know what I'm saying? But it is. You know what I'm saying?
It's a lot.
It is a lot of traveling. You know, like I probably travel more in 2 months than some people will travel all year, right? And for me, it's like at times I'm like, yo, I need to sit my ass down somewhere. But it's also a privilege to be able to do that,
right?
And I think that's the piece that I'm not gonna make this about you. We have to do better with is understanding that our almost there is far past some people's I made it. You see what I'm saying? Like some people will be like, I made it if I'm here. And you're talking about I'm not even there and you already passed there, I made it. You see what I'm saying? So
Right.
I think it's just something to be said. And again, this is not a Chief Peterson issue. This is all of our issues. You know,
Yep.
I would argue that Prentice does the best out of all of us in terms of celebrating his accomplishments, or at the minimum speaking them into existence and or acknowledging them.
No,
But
it's funny you
you
say
tell
that.
me, Chief. I mean, Prentice, what you think?
It's funny you say that because we just got back from Costco, right? We just got back from Costco. We got into the line, paid for all the food. I paid for all the food, and as soon as I paid for the food, Sarai looks at my face, and she could see me processing all the other shit that I got to get done and take care of and handling. It was like I took care of making sure the family got groceries for the next month. Let's say month, right? And I'm already stressing about the other shit that I need to get done that I haven't gotten to place yet. And she was like, yo, like, you just got us all groceries. Like you like we're good for the month now, but you're over here worried about this and you're worried about that. And so with poetry, I'm good with it. With poetry, I'm good because I could look back at 20 years of work that I've been putting in for this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been writing poems for 20 years. So now I'm like, nah, I done earned every bit of this shit. But on some regular life shit, kind of like Chief with the poetry shit, I'm downplaying something that's I mean, you know, like we want our kids to have everything. We want our wife or our family to have, you know, whatever they want to have. But we got to recognize the fact that we just, you know, like for me, I have to recognize that I just was able to cover groceries for us to eat. And there have been plenty of times where we didn't have no food in the fucking refrigerator. But how quickly we forget that as soon as we're able to accomplish that task. You know what I'm saying? And literally, she had to stop me. She was like, come here. And I'm like, what? And she's like, I'm like, what? And she's like, just come here. She was like, yo, like, it's okay. Like, it's okay. And she had to remind me right there. That was, what, 2 hours ago. She had to remind me. So I think I do a good job with it with the art. But I say that all that to say, I think it's how we quantify success.
100%.
You know what I mean? Like,
100%.
we gotta divide that shit. We gotta put that shit in fractions. And I need to do that better with my daily life. Because I'm good with the poetry, but my daily life, I need to get better at acknowledging the Costco run. You know what I mean? Like I need to do, and then, you know, like stopped at the gas station to put gas in the car and shit. You know, like I got to get back to acknowledging that those are accomplishments as well, and not get upset because I haven't done DEF, but I did ABC. You know what I mean? So I think you got to do that. But like what you accomplished last year with your shit, that contract, my nigga, like, you know what I'm saying? So I think you got to do a better job at just dividing these accomplishments, bud, and looking at it like, yo, I am out here doing a lot more than most of these motherfucking poets, and that's real shit, bro. Like,
y'all, speaking of, y'all pray for me, man, because my man hit me up like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, and was talking about how the district hired someone else to come in and do their public speaking or whatever, and it was a total bomb. He's like, dude bombed. It was so bad the kids weren't into it and blah, 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 blah. So he's like, I'm gonna meet here. Like, I emailed my superintendent about getting you the gig again and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, please do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
yo, I think to sum up what you said, Prentice, first and foremost, we have to do a better job of being where our feet are. You know what I'm saying?
Be where your feet are.
That's a great way to put it.
Like, you were at that checkout line, but you weren't mentally there. You know what I'm saying? You was on step, like you said, DEF, right? Like you was looking past where you were, so that doesn't allow us to live in that moment. Just like you said, right? Like you have a great partner, so she slowed you down in the moment. But if she wasn't there,
snowball, avalanche.
Yeah, you would have started spiraling. You know what I'm saying? Just thinking about the things you got to get accomplished. But we all have to do a better job of being where our feet are, man. But the challenges were ambitious. So when we talked about, I don't remember what episode, but when we hit a goal, the natural instinct is to set another one. But it doesn't allow you the time to enjoy what you just accomplished. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then you're gonna find yourself chasing goals after goals after goals. And it's like then you'll lose your purpose.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You lose your purpose. And I think we also need to do a better job of not comparing ourselves. And I don't mean to another human. I mean to ourselves. Right? Like you said you was gonna be here, but you're not. Why you ain't here? It's like, well, but I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I'm not there, but I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
And here was a fight, right? Here was a struggle, right? But I made it here. And if I can make it here, I can make it there.
Mm-hmm.
And again, all of this is easier said than done. I'm just saying hindsight's 2020. And we all need to do a better job of that because I do the same shit myself, man. I do the same shit myself. Like,
and it was a trip because we got to the house, so I bring up all the groceries from Costco and shit, and then I'm like, yo, let me go check the mail, right? I go check the mail. I got a check in the mail, and then I'm like, I'm walking back to the house from the mailbox, and I'm like, kind of up, and then I kind of think about it, like, damn, why is this the thing that kind of really smooths me out? You know what I'm saying? Like, and if I think about it, the mail comes at 11 o'clock in the morning. So this shit has been sitting in here all day. You know what I mean? So what is it that's motivating me right now? What are the factors that are bringing me peace, and why are they bringing me peace? And are they the right things that should be bringing me peace? You get what I'm saying? Because I'm not getting checks in the mail every day. You know what I mean? So it can't be relied upon some extra bread or some shit that isn't consistent. It has to be something that I'm able to generate for myself on a natural and daily basis if I can. You know what I mean? It can't be them outside sources. So it made me kind of check myself when I was walking back to the crib with the check in my hand, like, damn, it took some bread right now to kind of really, like, Sarai did a good job, but this bread really smooths me out. You know what I mean? This check is really what calmed me down. And it's like, that's not where I want to be. That can't be my.
I'm gonna tell you like this. Like, I had this awakening a few years ago, but what I'll say to you, Prentice, is you're still holding on to survival mode a little
Mm-hmm.
bit.
I am, bro.
Like, it's just something about it. You're just not ready to let it go yet. And I get it, right? But what I'll say is the bread, that was a fix for today. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, and 2021 or 2022? I can't remember, but I made more money than I ever made in my life. And I felt a little empty. You know what I'm saying? And that's when I had to realign my purpose. I wasn't surviving. Like, I wasn't check to check. Like, I was fine. Things were paid for. I was good. But I still felt a little empty because I had to realign with my purpose. You know what I'm saying? And I think, and I know the work we're doing here aligns with my purpose. And on top of that, there's financial reward from it too, which again, we've said countless times, we started this not to make a dollar.
At all.
Happens that we're making some money now, but that was not the purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like, the purpose was to be the message to Black men and allow that vulnerability to create that community. But that's what I'll say, Prentice. Like, find your purpose while you're still struggling with this, letting go of the survival mode, because I'm gonna tell you right now, bro, like, it happens quick. Like, it happens quick. Like, once you go from surviving to thriving, it's like it's like a sugar high. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like a sugar high. It's like, oh yeah, I'm getting to it. I'm feeling good. I ain't worried about nothing. But then that high gonna come down, and you're gonna have to be anchored in something.
Right.
You know, if you're not anchored in that purpose, you're gonna struggle still, like I did.
Yeah, it's like I said, like, everything is in motion right now, and I think it's what happens when it gets still, when the waters are still. You know what I mean? Like, when the motion ain't there, are you so accustomed to the thriving part and getting comfortable with that? But when it's still, not bad, but just still, you know what I'm saying? Then where does the calmness and the peace come from? You know what I mean?
That's why, bro, like, our purpose has to be bigger than you.
Yeah.
I confuse purpose with goals, which is why I was empty, because I'm like, oh, I'm this, I'm that, I'm this, I made this, I made that. But I'm living my purpose, but I learned that I wasn't. Like, everything I had done was about me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's simple. Right, like I can take care of me. That's simple. You know, it has to be bigger than you. So you've been quiet, Chief.
No, I'm really soaking it all in. I was text messaging, but I'm soaking it all in now, and I'm hearing you. And I think it's just so dope how we just, aside from all the points you just made, but I'm just thinking of the conversation, like literally how it went from light to like, it's not that this was heavy, but it was light to like on some real, like,
it was real.
Yeah, real shit. But I think it's just so dope how we've been able to cultivate a platform, or just the energy within us to be like instant shift and have these difficult conversations or these reflective type conversations and be like, all right, let's keep it going.
That's the authenticity though that we possess, because it's like I felt inclined to say something, you know, like what's oh man, what's that rapper from New Orleans that's been going viral? D1 or D, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
he has this line. He says, "I love you too much not to be honest with you." You know what I'm saying? So like I think we all embody that.
Yeah, and I think it's an example of what happens if you continue to cultivate a safe space, though.
True.
You know what I mean? Like we haven't stopped doing that. So I think naturally we somehow just gravitate to the real shit, because that's what we do when we do this. You know what I mean? Like we don't have superficial conversations. We don't do a lot. You know, we'll talk about trending topics here and there, but what we've done is cultivated a safe space. And I think a lot of times we miss the mark sometimes as people in general, where we just don't hold on long enough to the goal. You know what I mean? Like sometimes if it doesn't blossom soon enough, we just put it to the side and stop watering it. And then I think we're a good example of what happens if you just sprinkle a couple of drops consistently. You're gonna create a garden that works for you. You know what I'm saying? I think we've done a good job at doing that, man. So I think that's why we're able to make that switch like that, but because we're honest with each other too. You know what I'm saying? Like it wouldn't have happened if when Bill asked you, like, yo, why do you think you do that? And you're like, I'm not where I want to be, versus being like, oh nigga, I don't know. Next question.
Right. That's kind of, that's true. Very, very true. Well, I appreciate you boys, for real.
Well, can you at least post when you're in Brazil?
Yeah, I do that.
Or do people, wait. The way you respond is like, do people know you're supposed to be in Brazil?
No, they know. I took the time. They good. I can do that. It's not a problem.
Yeah, out there with a sneaky link. My bad, bro. Let me blow the spot.
No, we it's in there. No, it's not. It's all good. But one thing y'all may not see too is we also, as much as we like hold each other accountable here on this platform in front of you, I think it's even worse behind the scenes, or it's even more aggressive, if you will, behind the scenes. Like we're like, nah, this is what, like it's more accountability being held. It's not just for camera. How about that?
Yeah,
like it's not just for you guys here. Like we are definitely,
it's real.
It's not
accountability is real, and how we function.
Yeah, for sure. Nevertheless, fellas, we rolling. We about on our normal time right now. Anyway, I thought this was gonna be a short one today, but apparently not.
Clearly, that's what we talk about.
Yeah, for real. Bellhead, let you go first, man. Check it. I mean, final thought, yo.
Ooh, it's funny because I forgot about this part. Final thought. What is my final thought? Slow motion is better than no motion. That's my final thought. Sometimes we get caught up on where we are or where we're not, and not giving the credit to where we are. Be where your feet are. Slow motion is better than no motion. That's my final thought.
I'm gonna go next. Be where your feet are. It's funny you say that, Bell, because I put that in one of my poems recently that I did for the Aberdeen Ironbirds. My man, shout out to my man Berto, Coach Mercado. He's the manager for the Aberdeen Ironbirds, who has now just gotten a promotion to, I don't even know what the new team is, but he's like leveled up within the Baltimore Orioles.
The next A, right?
Yeah, I think it's AA now. But he texted me today. He's the manager for their prospect games coming up on Thursday against the Pittsburgh Pirates. The best, their top prospects against the Baltimore Orioles top prospects, and the Orioles organization had Berto be the manager for that game. So he's basically coaching the best players in the professional organization against each other for that one thing. So I don't know, maybe we'll want to give him a shout out. But when you say be where your feet are, I put that in because that's one of his things he says as he's coaching or whatever. So kind of like, enjoy this moment that you're here. I know you're all chasing, that the major leagues light, but you're here for a reason. You know what I'm saying? So to add to my final thought, celebrate yourself. It's important. Celebrate yourself. That's my final thought. P.
I think this motion got me. I think this conversation just realized this motion got me a little hard on myself, a little too hard on myself. I think I'm gonna take tonight. It's just the girls here. I'm gonna take tonight to appreciate what's around me. Appreciate just the female energy, which I love. No diss to my boys, but I love this female energy. But I think I'm gonna slow down, man. Because this motion can get you caught up. And I think it may have me caught up a little bit emotionally in a way that I didn't realize until we just had this conversation. That maybe I'm being a little too hard on myself due to the motion and feeling like I got to go even harder because I don't necessarily, not say I have to go hard, but I don't know. I'm gonna be kinder to myself tonight. That's my final thought.
Love it. You muted.
You muted, bro. We can't hear you.
Word. So I can dig it. My people, per usual, man, we appreciate y'all for tapping in with us. You can find us on all social media outlets at All Black Men Need Therapy. You can email us at allblackmenneedtherapy@gmail.com. If you want to email any one of us in particular, you can email our name, Prentice, Chief, or Bell at abmnt.com, and we will get it directly, and you can have a conversation with us. Or you can hit our voice line. It is 860-410-6160. That is our ABMNT voice line. Tap in with us, y'all. Shoot us a text message. We typically respond when we can. We try to get to you as soon as possible, but sometimes, shit happens.
Life.
Yeah, word. But we appreciate y'all, man. Per usual, do us all a favor. Hug a black man today.
With 2 arms. Do it.
And tomorrow.
Not that sidearm shit like you don't know a motherfucker. 2 arms. Do it.
We out, y'all.
Peace.